All right, we're back in the kitchen now with Wes Stepp from the Outer Banks Seafood Company. Came to us from the Carolinas today. We appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, no time for chit-chat. We're making 3 dishes this morning. Pork and scallops with Bourbon Street cream, sweet and smoky rockfish with apple cilantro slaw, and the shrimp and grits. What are you going to make first?
Not necessarily in that order.
Okay.
All right, we're going to do rockfish to start off with.
Okay.
All right, and rockfish is a local fish. They, catch it in Chesapeake Bay.
Also called striper.
Also called stripe. You're on it.
Is it also called puppy drum?
No, it's not also called puppy drum.
Forget I said that.
Totally different fish, all
Okay,
right?
never mind.
All
Also
right.
called striper.
Also called striper or rockfish. But anyway, it's a fall and winter fish, so basically we're accenting the fall, and we're trying to keep it healthy. This ain't no Happy Meal.
That's
so
right, no toys over here.
No toys. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little Granny Smith julienne apple Granny Smith
Nice.
slaw. Okay, so we're going to keep it really light and fresh. So I got my saute pan hot, and we are going to cook 3 dishes today. And what I did was I made a little scallopini, or I really cut that rockfish thin because we're going to be quick. And what I did was I put a little bit of Cajun spice. Now, I make my own, but you guys can, go out and buy whatever your favorite is.
Yeah.
And I took a little bit of brown
But
sugar.
Wes's is better, but you can go buy some. But Wes makes his own.
I make my own. It's cayenne pepper, salt, garlic, everything, and then a little bit of brown sugar.
Okay.
All right? A little sweet, a little spicy.
And there was a little oil in the bowl, too, because I noticed you didn't put any oil in the pan.
Exactly. So what I did was I just marinated it up just for about 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes, as long as I've been here, and just knocked it out and seasoned it up. Okay, now, while this is cooking, I'm going to cover the pan because we're going to trap that heat in there. And while this is cooking, I'm going to take the Granny Smith apples, which I just cut with a knife real thin. I put a little bit of lemon juice, lime juice, a little bit of water, and ice in there so they don't turn color, so they look nice and fresh on television.
Okay, they do.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do is hit it with just a little bit of honey.
Oh, that's what's in the glass.
Sweeten it up a little bit. And this is rice wine vinegar. Now, rice wine vinegar I use a whole lot of because it's got just a touch of sweetness to it as well as that tang from the vinegar.
Okay.
Okay, so I got those 2 things, and then I'm going to hit
Sweeter than like an apple cider vinegar.
Yes, definitely a little bit sweeter. And then this is a cilantro oil. Now, this is an infused oil. Sounds like a complicated recipe.
Yes, it does.
But it's not. It's just fresh cilantro, olive oil, emulsified in a food processor. Blast it out. Just keep going until you see the oil get green.
So these infused oils, it's really almost like pesto with a lot more oil in it.
It's sort of like pesto, but it doesn't have the pine nuts in it. It doesn't have anything to make it thick. So basically, you're just flavoring the olive oil, and then you strain out the pulp and excess stuff, and you got the greenish-looking olive oil.
Our producer had a good question. If you are going to make some of your own infused oil at home, how does it affect how long it will keep?
Now, it'll stay good for as long as the olive oil stays. I put it in the, it's probably got about a 2-week shelf life. But, okay, look at that. Nice and brown.
Perfect.
We covered the fish. This fish is going to be done. All right, now, for this thing, what I'm going to do is I am going to plate this one up here for us. We're going to do the whole thing on the mirror at the end.
Okay.
But I'm going to use just fresh greens.
Why not?
Okay, now the Granny Smith cilantro apple slaw is right there. We've got that ready. I'm using fresh greens because I'm going to keep it light and healthy. We're not getting in our bathing suits now, but spring is right around the corner.
You cannot let the wheels come off in the winter.
Exactly.
I've tried that. It's a bad idea because come February, it's like, wow.
Now, you see what I've got, all this stuff here. You say
do.
3 dishes in this segment is crazy, but the reason is because the French say it's mise en place. But us old country boys say,
What'd you just say to me?
Mise en place. I like, don't worry about it. Us country boys from North Carolina say we got all our stuff together so we can make this quick, okay?
All right, you do. We've got about 20 seconds left for the rockfish. Can he do it? I feel like this is an entirely different show now. We need a big shot clock.
This is
on
like,
the wall.
you know what this is like? It's like Iron Chefs in Hampton Roads.
You got that right.
And then we just put the Granny Smith apple slaw right on top. Nice garnish. Got a lot of flavor. Boom. And then, remember my mantra, first bite's taken with your eyes. Don't skimp on the presentation. A little bit of a scallion flour, a little bit of fresh parsley. That's sriracha aioli and sriracha in case you like it spicy.
Done.
One out.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to make our next dish. Incredible. He's incredible. I know. It's happened. It's happened before. All right, we're back in the kitchen. Chef Wes Stepp is from the Outer Banks Seafood Company. You could say he's stepping it up today, making 3 different dishes. What are we making now? The pork?
Yes, we're going to Outer Banks is not just for seafood anymore. We're going to do a little bit of pork tenderloin. What I got is pork tenderloin is real healthy, very lean.
Yes.
Okay, so once again, we're kind of staying on that mode.
Now, you sliced it thin again. Did you pound it?
Nope. I just use the palm of my hand because pork tenderloin will break all up on you sometimes.
Okay, so you don't want to
And
pound
you can pair it with any kind of seafood. Today I'm using Wanchese sea scallops, which are not the bay scallops. They're a little bit larger.
So, okay, so I was going to say, what's different about them?
Well, bay scallops are small. Wanchese is also a port of southern coastal North Carolina where a lot of great seafood comes from. So basically we're just going to do a Bourbon Street cream, sort of a New Orleans style dish, and I'm making it all in the pan.
And you've sliced that too. Sliced the scallops a little thinner
No,
too?
they're just basically...
They look like that.
Yeah, well, I packed them in the cooler. They got kind of squished down, but they're a normal size scallop.
I'm not trying to call you out. It just happens sometimes by mistake. In go the mushrooms, a one-pan dish?
Shiitake mushrooms, everything's a one-pan dish.
Okay.
All right. What I'm going to do is, you can hit it with any kind of herbs you want. I mean, that's what's great. The individualistic, thing about cooking is, if you like basil, we'll put basil in, you know. I did a little bit of fresh thyme. As you see, I use a lot of fresh ingredients. I keep it really simple. And basically, we're just cooking that up. Now it's nice and brown. Now, pork is a little bit different now than it was back in the day.
Right.
When you go to a restaurant, they ask you what temperature you like it. Back in the day, it was like, well done. That's the only way you pork.
My mother is in another market, thank goodness, but she believed you had to cook it until it was dry as dirt.
I know. Well,
love her, but she did.
It's going to be medium today in this pan because of the medallion. See how the scallops are nice and brown?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Now it's going to continue to cook in the sauce. So, watch your eyebrows.
Okay.
We're going to use just a little bit of Jack Daniels.
Wow, you were not kidding.
I'm not kidding. Now, this is key right here. Kosher salt, fresh cracked pepper. Okay, that's what I use. That's my basic. Don't worry, I'm not going to flame up anymore. You can come back over.
Okay.
All right.
It's a lot of hairspray, Wes.
A lot of hairspray. This is just a little bit of chicken stock. It's a neutral stock. It goes good with pork and scallops.
Okay.
And then we're going to use just a little bit of heavy cream. All right. Now I've added two more ingredients. I'm going to put a little bit more kosher salt and cracked pepper. And basically that's going to now just make up right in the pan. Now for my starch, I'm using a little bit of spatzel.
What's that?
That's a real comfort food. It's a German, sort of like a dumpling or a noodle. It's made with plain flour and a little bit of salt water. And so basically it's like a dumpling or a noodle. Made just a touch more cream. How much time we got?
How much time do we have, Virginia? 30 seconds.
30 seconds. All right. Well, the protein is done, so let's go ahead and plate this sucker up.
Okay.
Everything's hot. Now I use fresh spinach because, once I put this hot protein on top of it, I wilt the spinach.
Yeah.
And we're going to let them see the spatzel right across the top.
Okay.
Boom. Fresh parsley. Once again, I'm using a little fresh ingredient. Little rosemary. It's not in the dish, but you can accent it. And then I'm going to finish it with just a little bit of Cajun spice. Now I've got these sauces on the side. When you dig in with your fork, you're going to get a lot of different flavors working.
I have to confess, I'm taking the first 3 bites with my eyes.
All right.
All right. We're going to go 3 for 3 when we come back. Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
All right, back in the kitchen with Chef Wes Stepp from the Outer Banks Seafood Company. This morning he's made 3 dishes. And, we all were thinking before the show, how's he going to do that? How's he going to pull that off? And you're totally pulling it off.
Totally
you know how to
pulling it
cook
off.
fast and keep it simple.
Well, I made my living cooking as long as I've been in the real world. So I've been cooking for over 25 years. We started the restaurant in Virginia Beach, which is over there on Nemo Parkway. But I've been cooking on the Outer Banks for over 25 years. And you know what? They come fast, they come furious.
So you have to keep up.
You got to go fast,
All right.
And so I go ahead and I kick-started my shrimp. Everybody knows how to saute shrimp. I use a little bit of olive oil, and as you can see, they're pink. They're starting to get nice and tight. So basically, that's all I've done there. Now, what we're doing today is a shrimp and grits.
Did you drag them through a little flour or something?
No, I didn't. I just really browned them in that olive oil, so they'll have a little bit of crunch.
Okay.
No flour. And so what I got over here is some sweet peppers. A little bit of onions, a little bit of tomatoes. This is my shrimp and grits, and the deal of it is it's on the menu and it's really popular. But it's really simple. Cajun spice again. Use your favorite, or I make my own.
Makes himself.
Yes.
So it's better.
Okay, and then a little bit of bacon. Everything's good with a little bit of bacon.
That's the truth.
Now what I do is right there you got your basic flavor profile. You've got your sweet, you got your fresh, you got your spice. You got your bacon. Then I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of heavy cream again, and I'm going to let that reduce in the pan. Now I'm going to hit it with just a touch of the sriracha, just to really kick it up a notch.
What's that? What's sriracha?
That's a Thai garlic chili paste.
Okay.
And you can see it's starting to make everything just a little bit pink. It's going to have definitely some kick. Now we put the cream in there, which is kind of bland, so that's kosher salt and cracked pepper. Let that reduce.
Yes.
The base, the grits. We got the shrimp down. Let's do the grits.
Okay.
This is my own recipe, and what this is Asiago cheese grits, which I affectionately call redneck risotto. Okay, because on the Outer Banks, we get a lot of folks from up north, and if I had cheesy grits on there, they won't eat it because they don't eat grits. So I renamed it redneck risotto, and they go, I'll take the risotto. Now, once they try the grits, they're like, oh, wow, that's the best couscous I've ever had. And I said, no, you just had grits. I don't eat grits. You do now. Right. So anyway, it's Asiago cheese, a little bit of heavy cream, chicken stock. I use stone ground grits, but if you wanted to use the quick kind, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so now...
And that you could make that ahead of time and just keep it, right?
Yeah, you can make that ahead of time. All you need to do is add a little bit more chicken stock to reheat it. It'll last for days.
Doesn't that look good?
Look at that, nice and creamy, a lot of flavor.
Beautiful.
Now, as you can see, I plated everything up together. And I know you gals want something a little bit sweet to counteract all this protein stuff. So I made a little chocolate mousse while you guys were on break there.
Perfect.
And I put it in the little Thai spoons. Remember, presentation is key. Don't slack on that and use everything fresh. Just keep it simple.
All right.
Everything you saw today, I made here, and we kept it really simple.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the quickest chef of all? Well, maybe a little corny. You brought the grits. I brought the corn. All right, Cheryl's with our live studio audience.